Hi students, I am Sunny sir from Modi English School. I hope all of you are fit and fine, taking care of yourselves, your family, and sanitizing yourself regularly and not going out unnecessarily. Please take proper precautions against the disease. So, our today's video is for class 3 subject grammar, and today I brought something new for you. So, before beginning, let us look at a thought. So, the thought is, the harder you work for something, the greater you will feel when you achieve it. So, the meaning of this thought is that when you work hard and hard, you don't stop for anything, and when you achieve the victory, when you achieve your goal, at that time you will feel very great. You will feel that you have worked hard and your hard work has brought a good result, a fruitful result. So always work hard, and when you achieve, the happiness will be a lot. In today's video, we have to cover these two things. The first topic is revision explanation of chapter 2, that is subjects and predicates. And after doing the quick revision of subject and predicate, we shall solve the worksheet of subject and predicate. So, before we solve the new worksheet of subject and predicate, let me tell you, in my previous video, you have already seen the worksheet for the same lesson. But today I have brought something new for you, the worksheets that we are going to do, we have never done before. So, before solving the worksheet, we need to have a glance at the lesson. So, let us quickly have the glance at the lesson. Lesson number 2, subject and predicate. In this lesson, we understood what is subject, what is predicate. So, with the help of the examples, I will just give you a glance. See, the definition of the subject is, in a sentence, the doer of the action is called subject. The one who is performing the action is called the doer, and that person or that animal or that thing is called the subject of the sentence. For instance, let us take this example. The girl lost her pencil. So, you have to ask the question, who lost the pencil? So, your answer is the girl. The girl lost the pencil. So, this first two words, the girl, is the answer for who. So, the girl is the subject, and the rest of the sentence, that is lost her pencil, that is predicate. So, we also understood what is predicate. See, what is given over here? The definition is given. The part which contains the doer of the action is called subject. The rest of the sentence is the predicate. The predicate part always contains verb. This is the most important thing you have to remember, students. How will you identify the predicate part? In predicate part, you will always see one verb is there. Then what is verb? Verb is an action word. For example, play, sing, write, all these are verbs. And in this sentence, which is given over here, the tall girl lost her pencil. So as you can see, they have given subject over here, the tall girl. So who lost her pencil? The tall girl. So that is the subject. And the rest of the sentence, lost her pencil, that is predicate. Where is the verb? The verb is this, lost, because it is an action word. The action of losing the pencil is shown with the help of this verb. So as I told you, predicate part contains verb, and who is doing the action, the doer of the action, is in the subject part. So we understood what is subject and what is predicate. After that, we had also solved the textual exercise in the previous videos. For example, circling the subject and underlining the predicates. In this, we had seen the sentences. For example, I will take one or two sentences so that you can recall. A tiger was caught in the net. So, who was caught in the net? A tiger. So, that is the subject, and the rest of the sentence is predicate. Then, a goat bleated loudly. See, the goat is over here. Maybe she was hurt, so she bleated loudly of pain. So, what is the subject? A goat, and the rest of the sentence is predicate. So, this way you have to identify the subject and predicate. And after solving this exercise, we had also seen exercise number 2, that is match the following. Where is that exercise? See, I am showing that exercise on the screen. We have seen this exercise, match the subject with the predicate. We had completed exercise 2 in the previous videos. For example, if I say the peacock. So, what is the peacock? The peacock is our national animal. So, we had done match the following. With the peacock, we had matched the national animal is our national animal. Like this, we had done match the following. And you can refer the previous videos if you have not seen. You can just search for that videos so that you will understand what is subject and what is predicate. So here again I explained you the concept of subject and predicate. Now let us move ahead to the new exercises which I have brought for you today, and there are very exciting exercises. You will really enjoy it a lot. So here is the first exercise we are going to solve today. See over here your name has to be written, then subjects. This exercise is based on the topic subjects. So we have understood subject and predicate. So first let us solve an exercise based on subjects. See what is given over here. First let us read this box. A subject of a sentence tells what or whom the sentence is about. Now here in the subject we will understand that whom is the sentence referred to or what is the sentence about. We will understand who is doing the action. And it is also said that every sentence has a subject. It is compulsory in each and every sentence there will be at least one subject, and subject can be someone's name or a pronoun, and without the subject the sentence is incomplete. So let us read ahead what is given. Add subject to each group of words below. Use the words from the word box. So we have to select the words from the box and we have to fill in the blanks. There are 6 options given over here and we have 6 blanks that we are going to solve. So first let us read all the options and then decide in which box which option to be selected in which blank. Number 1, blue whales, then mom, third graders, the birds, the weather, tulips. So now let us solve the exercise based on this word box. See the first one is given, dash made cheese sandwiches for lunch. Dash made cheese sandwiches for lunch. So who makes the cheese sandwiches for you at home? Who cooks dinner for you at home? Who takes care of everyone at home the most? So from here which option is suitable? Let us write the option which is the most suitable option. The person whom you love the most, your mother, means mom. So the answer mom has to be put over here. Let us write the answer. Mom is the answer. So see I am writing the answer. So as you can see I have written the answer mom. So the first answer is over, and this option you have to cut now because this option we have taken in the first blank. Now the remaining are the 5 options for the next 5 blanks. Let us read number 2. Dash created nest in an old oak tree. See, dash created nest. So who creates nest? Yes, the nest is the house for the birds. Birds live in the nest. We all know that. And what is an oak tree? Oak tree is a very big tree with large leaves. So oak is a very large tree, and we know that the birds create nest. Can you see any other suitable options rather than the birds? No. So the birds, that is our answer. So we have to write down this option over here. So as you can see on your screen I have written the answer the birds. So now this option also you have to cut. We have cut 2 options, mom, the birds. Now the remaining are the 4 options and 4 blanks. Let us read number 3. Number 3 is dash are the largest animals ever known to have lived on earth. So we are talking about the largest, the biggest animals. Large means it is about the size. Which animals have had the biggest size that lived on the earth? So do you know the name of any animal whose size is the biggest? So from this we can see the 4 options are left, and from that option blue whale, that is the biggest mammal you can say. Mammal means the animal which lives inside the water. It can live inside the water also because it is a mammal. It has the capability of swimming. So blue whales are known to be the largest animals that lived on the earth. No other animal had so much big size like blue whales. So let us write down this answer in blank number 3. So I have written answer number 3, blue whales. Blue whales are the largest animals ever known to have lived on earth. See, earth is capital E, it is the name of the planet, just for your knowledge. Now how many options are left? 3 options, because we have cut 3 options, mom, the birds, blue whales. Now the remaining 3 options and the remaining 3 blanks. So let us read blank number 4. What is blank number 4? Dash went to a field trip to the San Francisco Zoo. Dash went to the field trip to the San Francisco Zoo. So this is the name of the zoo. And what is the meaning of the field trip? Field trip, is a journey made by the students or another group of people to collect some information at the first hand. They want to collect some information. They want to learn something practical about their studies. So they go out and they meet people and they see practical things. And that is called field trip. Mostly the school takes the students for field trip to show them the new things for their knowledge. So dash went to the field trip. Let us check our options. Which are the options that we have? Which are the remaining options that we have? And which is the option that is fitting? Dash went to the field trip. So the answer is third graders. Why? Third graders means what? The students who are in third standard. Now you are also in third standard class, right? So make sure that you should also go at the field trip, maybe with your parents or with your school, so that you get to learn something new. So third graders means the students of the third standard went to the field trip to the San Francisco Zoo. Over there they would see the animals and learn about different animals and their habitat. So let us write this answer. So as you can see, I have written the answer. Third graders means the students of the class 3 went to the field trip to the San Francisco Zoo. And what will they learn over there? About different animals and their habitat. Now number 5. Dash in Miami, Florida is hot and humid in summer. So dash is hot and humid. While summer you see the temperature is very hot, right? We cannot just sit without fan. We cannot just sit outside in the sun. So because in Florida, it is in America. Miami is the name of the place. It is a city in Florida and over there it is very hot. So what is very hot? The temperature, right? And is there any related word to the temperature in our options? Let us check our options. Which are the two remaining options? The two remaining options are weather and tulips. So we cannot write tulips. It is not the weather. Yes, weather over here means the temperature. It indicates the word temperature. So let us write that answer. So as you can see on your screen, I have written the answer number 5. The weather in Miami, Florida is hot and humid in summer. Means in summertime, Florida, in that one city is there, Miami, it is very hot. People cannot sit without fan or AC over there. Temperature gets very hot for the people to sit over there. So now number 6, the last question is left for solving. Let us read number 6. What is given over here? Dash come in variety of colors. Dash come in a variety of colors. Now variety of colors means what? Variety of colors means so many different colors. You can say the colors of different types. There are many colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, red, etc. So what can be seen in variety of colors? What can you see in the different colors? So only the last option is pending, and that is tulips. What is the meaning of tulips? Tulips are red, pink, yellow, white flowers. There are many different colors of tulips. It is a kind of flower. So let us write down this answer, tulips, because it has different variety of colors. So I have written my answer number 6, tulips come in variety of colors. Variety means so many different colors are there of tulips, and it's very beautiful flower. You can see the flower, it looks really beautiful. Now we have solved exercise number 1 based on subject and predicate, and this was only particularly about subjects. Now should we solve another exercise? I hope you are enjoying. So let us begin with the new exercise. Same way, next exercise for another topic, that is predicates. We solved one exercise for subjects, and now we are solving another exercise for predicates. And here your name. See, every sentence has two parts, right? We already learned in lesson number 2, subject and predicate. Every sentence has a subject and a predicate, like I just explained. The subject of a sentence tells what or whom the sentence is about. The predicate of a sentence tells what the subject does or is. So subject will tell you who is the doer, who is doing the action, who is performing the action. And the predicate will tell you what the subject does. Means what is the subject doing, what is the person doing, what is the animal doing, what is the thing doing over there. So the action taken by the subject comes in predicate part. So based on this explanation, we have to solve the exercise. Before reading the exercise, see the instruction given. Read each sentence below. Determine which word or words tell what the subject does or is. Write the predicate on the lines. What is the meaning of this line? So in this, we have to identify predicates. First, we have to read the sentence. We should know that what is the subject doing and what action is being done by the subject. For example, if I say the boy is playing with the ball, then what is the boy doing? Is playing with the ball. So same way we have to find out what is the subject doing, and we have to write down the predicate in the lines which are given for the answers. So first we will see the subject and then we will see the predicate part, and predicate part we have to write down in the blanks. So let us solve the exercise. The first sentence given over here is Eric is decorating the Christmas tree. Maybe it is the time for Christmas, right? 25th December. So it is the time for Christmas and the person's name is Eric. Eric is decorating the Christmas tree. Now, who is decorating the Christmas tree? Eric. So that is subject. But what do we have to write in this? We have to write the predicate part. So what is the predicate part? Is decorating the Christmas tree. That is the predicate part. Eric is decorating the Christmas tree. Same thing we have to write down over here in the blank over here, so that you can write down in your notebooks. What will you write? How will you write in your notebooks? You have to write this part, is decorating the Christmas tree. That is predicate, and Eric is subject. But in this exercise we have to deal with predicate part, not the subject part. Next, number 2. Roger Clemens is a brilliant baseball player. So here, who is the brilliant baseball player? Baseball is a sport played by 9 players of each team, and it is just like cricket, similar to cricket but not the same. The rules are different and the players are also lesser compared to cricket game, but you can just see it is similar to cricket. Now, who is the brilliant baseball player? So our answer is Roger Clemens, right? But in this exercise, what do we have to find out? We have to find out the predicate part, just like the first one. So let us underline the predicate part. What is Roger Clemens? What is he? Who is he? He is a brilliant baseball player. So that is our answer. Roger Clemens is a brilliant baseball player. We have to write down what is the subject or what is he doing. So here he is a brilliant baseball player. Next, the gardener fixed the sprinklers. So in this sentence, first of all, you should know who is the gardener. Gardener is the person who is paid to work in someone else's garden. So the person who works in the garden by getting money is called the gardener. And what are sprinklers? Sprinklers is a device used to spray water. You can spray water, you can throw out water with sprinklers, and sprinklers are used to water the plants or grass and or to put out fires in buildings. So the work of the sprinkler is to sprinkle water, to throw out water. So the gardener is watering the plants over here, we can say. So the gardener fixed the sprinklers. So who fixed the sprinklers? We get the answer, the gardener. The gardener fixed the sprinklers. So we cannot underline the subject. The question is who, so the gardener. But what is he doing? Fixed the sprinklers. So that is our predicate part, and we have to underline the predicate part, fixed the sprinklers. That much is our predicate part, and it also contains one verb over here. Next one, number 4. The mouse was quite plump. See over here, it is about the mouse. You already know mouse, right? It is very small. It is also called rat. The size is very small. Now what is the meaning of plump? The mouse was quite plump. So plump over here means round shaped. The shape, maybe it was rounded shape. So it is called plump. Now the mouse was quite plump. So who was quite plump? We can say the mouse. That is our answer. But that is the answer for subject. And in this exercise we are underlining predicate everywhere. So let us underline the predicate. What was mouse? What was he? He was quite plump. So was quite plump. That is our answer. So we have to underline the predicate part, and we have done it. Was quite plump. That is our answer. Now let us read next, number 5. The chubby pig squealed in delight. So in this sentence, chubby pig means what? A very fat pig. If I say that you are chubby, means you are fat. So here the chubby pig squealed in delight. Squealed means a long, high pitched sound, a loud noise. So he shouted, he squealed, he shouted with delight. Delight means happiness. He was happy, he was excited for something. So the chubby pig squealed means he just made a loud noise, high pitched noise. Now here we can ask the question, who made the high pitched noise? So the chubby pig. And what did he do? Squealed in delight. So our answer is predicate part. What did the chubby pig do? He squealed in delight. So squealed in delight, that is our predicate part. So we have to underline the predicate part, which I have done for you. As you can see, the predicate part. Then number 6, the dog chased the squirrel away. So chase means to run after something or someone. So the dog is running after the squirrel. The squirrel ran and maybe she climbed the tree. So the dog chased the squirrel away. Squirrel could not stand over there. The dog might hurt or eat her. So the dog ran and the squirrel ran away. So who chased the squirrel away? The dog. And what did the dog do? So our answer is chased the squirrel away. The action performed by the dog is here, chased the squirrel away. So the action performed by him is our predicate part. And as you can see, I have already underlined the predicate part. Next one, number 7. Mr. Timothy is correcting the math papers. So can you see over here, proper noun is given, Mr. Timothy. Mr. Timothy is the name of a person and maybe she is a teacher. We can say so because she is correcting the math papers. So she is a school teacher and correcting the math paper. She is a math teacher. So who is correcting the papers? Mr. Timothy. So it is given Mr. It is not Mrs. So it is the name of a boy or a male. So as you can see here, it is a male teacher given. And what is the person doing? What is Mr. Timothy doing? What is the action being performed by him? He is correcting math paper. So here is the answer, is correcting math papers. The action taken by him is from here, is correcting math papers. So we have to underline only the action which is being taken by Mr. Timothy. So I have already the action which is taken by Mr. Timothy, and that is our predicate part. Only this much is the predicate part, and we have not underlined the subjects anywhere because this exercise in the heading, we read the heading, it was predicates, and in the instructions they have told us we have to write the predicate on these lines. So as you can see, I have underlined the predicates for you. These predicates which I have underlined are to be written in the given lines below. Just quickly revise the sentences again. Let us do it. In the first one, what is given? Eric. Eric is decorating Christmas tree. So what is Eric doing? He is decorating Christmas tree. So that is our predicate. Then Roger Clemens is a brilliant baseball player. So if I say who is Roger Clemens, so our answer is a brilliant baseball player. That is our predicate. The gardener fixed the sprinklers. What did the gardener do? He fixed the sprinklers. Predicate part. Number 4. The mouse was quite plump. What was mouse? He was quite plump. Number 5. The chubby pig squealed in delight. What did the chubby pig do? What action did he take? He squealed in delight. Then number 6. The dog chased the squirrel away. What did the dog do? He ran after the squirrel. He chased the squirrel away. Then number 7. Mr. Timothy is correcting the math papers. What is Mr. Timothy doing? He is correcting the math papers. So this was the exercise based on predicates. So we have covered subjects also and predicates also. Now let us see the exercise which are even interesting than this exercise. So our next exercise again is based on the topic subjects. So let us solve one more interesting exercise and you will enjoy a lot, I am sure. What is given? A subject tells us what or whom the sentence is about. Every sentence has a subject. This is the same instructions as given in the previous exercise. Every sentence has the subject compulsory, and a subject will tell us that who is doing the action, who is performing the action. So let us write the subject in each of the sentences given below. Number 1. Crickets chirp by rubbing their front wings together. So what is given over here? Crickets chirp by rubbing their front wings together. Cricket is a kind of insect. It makes a chirping sound. The sound which comes out is called chirping sound. And what does it do? It rubs the wings together and it makes a sound. So what is our subject? Who rubs the front wings together? Who is rubbing the front wing together? So that is cricket. So crickets is our answer, and we have to write this answer in the blanks over here. Who is rubbing their front wings? Crickets. So that we have to write over here. This is not the cricket, this is not the sport. This is about the insect, and that insect chirps, makes a sound. So our main, the doer of the action, who is chirping? Cricket. So that is to be written over here. Then number 2, snow is falling on the ground. What is falling on the ground? Yes students, snow. Snow is falling on the ground. So as you can see, I have underlined snow. That is the subject, and that subject snow has to be written over here in the blank, because when we ask the question what is falling on the ground, we get the answer snow. It is falling on the ground. Number 3, grandma is sitting on the porch and knitting a scarf. Knitting means to sew. She is making a scarf. And what is she doing? Sitting on the porch outside. So who is sitting on the porch? Our question here is who. What answer do we get? Grandma, because the action is being done by grandmother, grandma. So our subject is grandma. She is sitting on the porch and knitting a scarf. Who is knitting the scarf? Who is sitting on the porch? Grandma. So that is our subject to be written in the blank over here. Then number 4, rattlesnake bites are lethal. So lethal means it is dangerous. What is dangerous and who is dangerous? Rattlesnake bites. So here we have to ask the question who is dangerous, and or we can say what is dangerous. Rattlesnake bites, a kind of snake is there. If it bites, it is very dangerous, very scary it is, and it can give you a lot of hurt. So rattlesnake bites. What is dangerous? What are lethal? Rattlesnake bites. So till here you can say it is your subject. Let us underline the subject. Rattlesnake bites. That is our subject to be written in the blank over here. Next, number 5, grilled cheese sandwich is my favorite food. Right? You all also might be liking this grilled cheese sandwich. It's very nice, very yummy. So you can ask the question, what is my favorite food? What is my favorite food? Grilled cheese sandwich. So this much is our subject. Let us underline the subject, grilled cheese sandwich, and that answer is to be written in the blank over here. That you have to do by yourself. Number 6, bright stars are shining in the sky. So what is shining in the sky? Ask the question yourself. From the answer we have to identify the subject. What is shining in the sky? Bright stars. So bright stars is our subject, and as you can see I have already underlined the subject for you to be written in the blank. So in all the sentences number 1 till 6, you have to write all these underlined words in the blanks given over here, and I hope you are watching the video and writing the answers in the notebook. And the parts of the sentences which we have not underlined, means all this part, the remaining part of the sentences are called what? Yes, they are called predicate. All the sentences we have underlined subjects in all the sentences, but the remaining part we haven't underlined, that is predicate part. I hope you know that. Now see, the remaining 4 sentences are different as compared to first 6 sentences. What is given over here? Choose the subject from the word box to complete each sentence. Means the word box, as you can see, the 4 words are given over here and 4 blanks are given over here, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So we have to match this word box with these blanks. First we have to read the sentence, we have to identify the correct option, and then we have to place it in the correct blanks given over here. So let us quickly solve the sentences. Very interesting it is. See, it is just like a game. You have to select the answer and put it in the blanks. I hope you can do it very fast. First one, Dash is capable of running just under 40 miles per hour for short periods. So who is capable of running? Here it is asked about running. Running means you already know in the school, in the playground you run, you have running races. So to walk fast, to run, that is given over here. Who is capable of running? Under 40 miles per hour. Every 40 miles can be covered in 1 hour. So who is capable of running? Is there any person over here? Can you see any matching word? The person who is capable of running. Yes, can you see over here what is given? The leopard. The leopard is capable of running just under 40 miles per hour for short periods. He is very fast animal, very fast. So he is capable of running even faster than human beings. Right? So let us place the answer, the leopard. That is number 7. That will come in number 7. So you have to write the answer yourself, the leopard. Number 8, Dash is magnificent at playing piano. Magnificent means excellent piano player. Who plays excellent piano from all this? Can you play? I can't, but there are many who can play piano extremely well. So we can say Rico Rico is the name of the person. He plays the piano extremely well. He is the piano player. Then number 9. Dash celebrated their victory. Victory means winning. Victory is the opposite of win. Win and lose. So to lose a game is loss, and victory means to win the game. So Dash celebrated the victory. So can you see any possible answers? Because these two we have covered. So now these two options are left. So I can see who celebrates the victory. So over here we cannot write this option. It is the name of a person, but here it is given the soccer players. Soccer is the football game, and the name of football in America is soccer. So it is called soccer over there. The soccer players, they will play the game against another team, and they might win the game. So this is the most suitable option for number 9, blank number 9. So can we put this option over here? The soccer players celebrated their victory, their winning. So let us put this answer in number 9, blank number 9, the soccer players. Now the last option left and the last blank is left. Dash cooked spaghetti with meatballs for dinner. So in number 10 it is given Dash cooked spaghetti with meatballs for dinner. So spaghetti, what is spaghetti? It is a type of pasta. You can say that spaghetti is a type of pasta. It looks long pieces of string and is usually served with sauce, just like pasta. So spaghetti is a eating thing, and Dash cooked spaghetti with meatballs for dinner. Someone makes spaghetti. So which option is left? Aunt Sarah. Aunt Sarah is the name of the lady, and she cooked spaghetti for dinner. So can we put that Aunt Sarah in blank number 10? Yes, of course we can. So this is answer number 10. So students, in this exercise what have we covered? We have covered subjects. We have underlined the subjects and we have matched the subjects with the correct blanks. So this was it for this exercise. So in today's session, we have covered these two topics, revision explanation of chapter 2 subject and predicate, and we have also solved worksheet which are really interesting. We have solved the games, puzzles based on worksheet, and it is about subject and predicate. I hope you have covered the worksheet, you have understood the worksheet, and please wait for the next video. I will cover this topic with the new worksheet for you. And I will end my session with the thought, again the same thought. The harder you work for something, the greater you will feel when you achieve it. So work hard, see the videos regularly. You have to work hard and achieve your goal. And what is your goal? You have to understand each and everything what the teachers are teaching you. And when you achieve it, you will feel very great. You will feel very nice. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. And till then, goodbye and have a blessed day. Thank you.